Hello, my friend, we meet again. It's been a while, where should we begin? What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. I've been incapacitated with the thing that rhymes with Zovid over the past week or so. So forgive me, I didn't do a preview this week. I didn't do anything this week. So it's nice to be back in the saddle. Nice to have club football back again. Yeah, I mean, listen, gutted we didn't get the win. I agree. I agree. But listen, it's all been mad. It's all been mad over the past couple of weeks. I don't know what it is. I just feel like people lose their heads a bit more come the international break. I think takes and people's opinions just go all delally once the international break hits. I've seen some awful takes being given over the past couple of weeks. But listen, we're here. We're here with another match review. Leeds United won, Southampton won. So yeah, listen, it's nice to have it back. I gotta say, international football madness. Salah, green lasers in his eyes. I thought DX were gonna come out and do a performance while he was taking his pen. Maguire being defended by Liverpool captains. I just don't know what's been going on over the past couple of weeks. It's all mad for me. It's all mad for me. I've seen some of my Arsenal fan creators talk about Rafinha to Arsenal. I mean, I don't know what's going on. What is going on? But yeah, listen, we're gonna get into the game today. But yeah, this is what I've said. And Duck has got the same kind of thought. One more point to safety, we'll take it. Honestly, I think it could have been a bit better, personally myself. But we are where we are for a reason, people. And also, I mean, Brentford's result at Chelsea. Woof, did not see that coming. Didn't see it coming, and you kind of maybe take Brentford out of it now, possibly. So we're still probably the last one in there where we could be in that mix, but I still think we'll be okay. Overall, I still think we'll be okay just with the games that some of the teams below us have got left. So yeah, listen, people, as you come in, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Smack a like, slap that like you Will Smith, and let's get into it today because the lineup. I want to talk about the lineup for a minute. I wasn't impressed with the starting lineup. I wasn't. I thought it was with the options we've got available. I thought our bench looked stronger than our starting 11 today. Got to admit, when I see Ailing, Dallas, Cooper, Llorente, all our back four, it does nothing for me. I know that Strauch has been off form, and it was right that he went. I just thought that we could have done a bit better there. I think Robin Koch has been a bit unlucky not to get a start at centre back overall. I think he deserves a slot there. And then you see our midfield two of Forshaw and Click. It does zero for me. I'm not even going to sugarcoat in it. Not going to sugarcoat it at all. It does absolutely nothing for me. We just get nothing with both people. I saw people saying that they had a good first half. I didn't see that. What I saw though is that when Southampton were going forward, they were going straight through the middle of us because they're not dynamic players. They're not. They can't give you a long pass. They can barely shoot between them. I just think that that middle of midfield is just missing that Kalvin Phillips hole. And thankfully, we saw him again today, which was good to see. Um, I just felt, and again with the Dan James up front, I don't get why they keep doing it. And it's all that thing as well with Jesse Marsh. I listened to his press conference, and he told us he said with his own words that we're going to see Joe Gelhardt play more. We got to see Joe Gelhardt play more. Now I don't know whether he wasn't fit enough to start the game. I don't know, but you just start him and go from there because Dan James versus Salisu today was a mismatch. It was a complete mismatch, and for me, this was one of Dan James's poorer games. But I don't see why they keep on putting the guy up front. I just don't see why. So yeah, for me, I just did not like the starting lineup today. I didn't. Full disclosure. Let me know what you thought of the starting lineup today. Um, just Yeah, so that one started. Yeah, listen, I do feel like overall it was 2 points thrown away. We'll get into that free kick in a bit, but when you go 1-0 ahead And Southampton weren't really all over us at the time as well. I know it was just after half time, but you have to make it pay. But we just haven't got clinical bones in our body when it comes to being up front, especially when we don't play with a striker like Gilhart. It's just it's tough to watch, isn't it? You see the build up play. You see Rodrigo doing good stuff again. Yet again, another good performance today from Rodrigo. Um, Dan James there could have linked the play a couple of times and just held on to the ball too long. And it's not his fault. I know he's not a striker, but you've got to do better in some of those instances. Rafinha didn't have his shooting boots on today, but again, Rafinha made some brilliant plays. So listen, he was more than fine today. We just, and I'm glad Jesse Marsh addressed it in the press conference. He did say that we're going to look to sign a striker or two. And when you consider Bamford's out yet again, up until probably the last couple games of the season, it's a good job. It's a good job to hear, and I hope that that's the start of ending the sentimentality at this football club. I really do hope that it's a start. I do, because we do need another striker. We need another striker even with Bamford. We definitely need a couple of other strikers right now. We just have to. Northallerton White, so tough to watch. KG, you're right. I'm just not enjoying my football this season. No, me neither. It's been a season where I just want it to end. I want it to end with us safe. I want it to end with us safe, and then we do our real work come the summer. But we just have to see these games out now. I thought it was a really good opportunity to get 3 points today and just really take us out of the conversations that other people are having. I just thought that it was a really good opportunity. Now we're going to have to do it against Watford, and I think we're capable of doing it. I think we'll still beat Watford, but it would have been nice to have seen us get 3 points today. And I think we're in good position to do that. But listen, we are where we are for a reason, aren't we? Mark Jones, good attacking midfielder as well. Yep, I've got a couple of names as well, Mark, what I'm going to say over the next couple of weeks that I think would be good. Because obviously, I think we're going to be moving away from this winger thing. I think it's quite clear with the way Jesse likes to play. It's going to be more attacking midfielders than wingers. So, yeah, I've got a few names, but there's definite improvements that we can make. Tom Gatlin, for sure, is an issue with his constant sideways and backwards passing. When he receives the ball, he slows down our play, crying out for a clinical striker. Yeah, absolutely. For me, Forshaw is just a passenger in this team. I know a lot of people. This is why I've got my own platform, because I will say stuff that other people just don't want to say because he's a good guy and everything. But for me, it's like watching someone play football at the park on a Sunday with Forshaw. Yeah, he'll run around. Yeah, he'll put some tackles in non-important places. But when it comes to passing the ball, making things happen, he just don't have it. He just doesn't have it. So, but listen, let's just get into it. Let's just get into it, because, like I say, Dan James had a good chance being put through by Rodrigo, who was the main link up again. Llorente just wide from that corner after. Yeah, I mentioned where James had to play it through for Raf. He just delayed, and it's very unfortunate. Llorente had a really good tackle. I can't remember who it was on, but he had a really good tackle on the 26th minute. Very, very good tackle, but it was important for him to get that in. And then shortly after that, Harrison scored. Good work by Raf, occupying two players, taking them out, and Harrison just stabbed it in. And again, yeah, it was good again to see that we had a scrappy goal. We didn't have to work that hard for it. I know Rafinha did really well to keep it in, but the finish didn't have to be anything special. You know, Harrison just bundled it in. And you know what I've seen this week? I don't know if anyone else has seen, but Harrison has been linked with Tottenham. That will be something to look out for in the summer, because apparently their director of football, Patrici, I think it is, has been briefed by Pirlo about Jack Harrison, because Pirlo worked with Jack Harrison at New York. So that will be something to look out for in the summer with Jack Harrison. That's one to look out for. I think that one's come from left field. You know, we're always talking about Phillips and Rafinha and possibly Meslier. But yeah, Jack Harrison's got admirers too. Meslier, speaking of him, he made a very good save low down from Che Adams, which kept us 1-0 ahead. And my first half thoughts were, if James versus Salisu was a complete mismatch. It wasn't even fair. We were the better team. Rodrigo linked the play well. Harrison, good defensively on set pieces. That's something I wanted to mention. I thought that he was getting things clear. He wasn't messing about. No messing about from Harrison. He was clearing the ball out and getting things, clearing his lines, which I thought was excellent. But the central midfield was the weak spot. Too easy to get overrun in there. That was my first half thoughts. Let me just go through some of your comments. Darren one, we can swap Harrison with Son. I don't mind, but that would be something, wouldn't it? Low-key, Forshaw is like a 32-year-old Batty. Now, Batty could play. Now, low-key, Batty could play even at 32. He was far better than Forshaw will ever be. No. Mark Jones, have we finally found a player in Rodrigo? Like I've said in the previous video, the one before I went down with Zovid, Rodrigo seems to have found a new lease of life under Jesse Marsh. He seems to embrace being the go-to guy, being a leader on the team. It's good, but I'm going to wait till May. The case is still open, people. You remember what I said before? The case isn't open and shut yet. We're going to see about Rodrigo, but I thought he was very good today. Brian L, we didn't lose. Let's take some positive from that. Leeds forever. Yeah, absolutely. It's for me, it's another point closer to safety. It's disappointing we didn't get the win, of course, but in our position where we are, we just need to just get points on the board and just keep on making it harder for Burnley and Everton to look at us and go, geez, every time we play a game, we feel like we're getting closer to them. They're just getting further away from us. That's what we've got to do. And I think that we're doing that all right today. I think we did that okay today. But yes, getting 3 points would have been marvelous. Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't know if he was comparing Batty to Forshaw. I don't know whether he's just saying that Forshaw's abilities are probably likened to Batty at 32, but even that's not true. But hey, it's all about opinions. All about opinions. Jed, 3 games undefeated, I suppose. Yeah, 1-2, drew 1. Yeah. In our position, we've got to be kind of happy with that. But yes, it is frustrating. Sporting Central, no tactics in the second half, embarrassing. Yeah, it was a little bit all over the place in the second half, if we're being honest. And yeah, the free kick from James Ward-Prowse, and I looked at it so many times. Give me your thoughts in the chat now, and give me your thoughts in the comments. It was a decent free kick. It was decent, yeah. But I still think Meslier could have probably done better with it. I think that maybe Meslier, he does have a bit of an issue with lining up his free kick in the wall and everything else like that. And he was way over that side. When you know what James Ward-Prowse is going to do, I thought it was a good free kick, but could Meslier have done better? You guys let me know in the comments, because I'm undecided. I'm a bit Chris Brown here. I'm undecided. I don't know. But I honestly think he could have probably saved it. He got a decent hand, but I think he could have probably done it. But yeah. Let's have a look. Let me just see what you could see here. Dave saying, obviously it was a good free kick, KG, but agree could have done better. Okay, yeah. Jed saying Meslier again gave too much room. Same against Cornet for Burnley, same corner too. Yeah. Chad saying he could have done better with that free kick, but he had no business making an earlier save, so he's not upset at it. Okay. Slow, steady, Steve. Yeah, definitely say, but quality strike. Yeah, Steve, I think I'm there with you. I think it was savable, but it was a quality free kick. James Ward-Prowse, decent on his set pieces. I will give him that. I think the talk of him being as good as Beckham, though, I think even if he passes Beckham, he's no Beckham when it comes to taking set pieces. Not even close. But listen, it was 1-1. Rodrigo, yet again, 54 minutes unnoted, man. Excellent run through to Raf, who put it over. He lost his composure. I think the ball was underneath his feet. But Rodrigo, yet again, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe this is the same guy. But it's just amazing what being asked to do something that you're more comfortable doing and having confidence from your manager can give you. And even Rodrigo, I mean, he wasn't the only one to come out this international break and say that the games are less chaotic now. They're more structured. Cody Drame also said the same thing about Cardiff, about his loan being at Cardiff, I should say. and that he's noticed that the games at Leeds now are a bit more structured, not less basketball. Because Cody Drame, by the way, he's somebody we're going to have a conversation about um, going forward. Because if he does want to stay, and it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't want to stay, especially with some of the comments that some Leeds fans were giving him after he went and rightfully went on loan to Cardiff, then it looks like we might have a player. Because I got a guy Cardiff, and shout out to Sean in Cardiff, who sent me some clips of Drame, both good and bad, by the way. And he goes past the halfway line. Can't believe it. We never saw that for under Leeds. He never really went past the halfway line. But Cody Drame has been doing excellent at Cardiff. And apparently there's some other clubs in the Prem that are looking at him. So we may have a ready-made right back there. But listen, he was treated badly on the way out. Badly as well by Leeds fans. And I won't forget some of the stuff I saw. So never mind some of the message that he might have received. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there at right back, because we definitely need an upgrade there. There's not much else to note for me from the second half, so I will go to the comments for you guys. But James came off and Gelhardt came on, rightfully so. Dan James, not a very good game today at all. But Gelhardt came on, and already, like in the first couple of minutes, he was dribbling with the ball, winning free kicks, making us go on the offensive. And he preoccupied both Salisu and Bednarek. He did it both, because that's what you do as a striker, as a quality striker as well. He's got the talent to do it. So it was good to see that happening. Then Phillips came on for Click at 66. And for me, this could have been a coin toss. It could have been Click or Forshaw. It could have been either one of them. And that's the problem. This is the problem that we've got, where we've got a couple players where it doesn't matter who comes off, because they're both as low quality as each other. And that's a problem. That has to be addressed in the summer. But Click, I don't know what it is, but yet again, he did it under Bielsa, and he's done it again today. And when it's certain other players, they will get absolutely hammered for the body language that they show, what Click has shown, because he wasn't happy again. He wasn't happy. Did anyone else see Mateus Click's face when he came off the pitch? He looked like he wanted to fight somebody. Hey? He looked like he wanted to fight somebody. So, and this is it again for me. If certain players are going to get hammered for things like that, it has to be given out. But listen, he's great on social media, so I'm sure he won't get any bad comments. But yet again, he was looking a bit peed off. And this is when Kalvin's making his return from a long-term injury. You think that he'll just, put on a brave face for the side. He knows that there's going to be a lot of cameras on it with Kalvin Phillips coming on. Yeah, he didn't care. He was just like, I'm coming off again. It shouldn't be me. You know what I mean? But Ian, I saw it loud and clear. Yeah, TB salt. Yeah, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. And then I just want to make a quick note of the Phillips diagonal ball on 79 minutes, and that's what you need from midfield. That's what we've been missing. We've been missing that midfield marshal in there that can put the ball forward, who can get around and make good tackles, but making that kind of outlet pass that sets other people free. Like, we've missed that so much. That is not what you're getting with either Forshaw or Mateus Click, unfortunately. So, but yeah. Once again, Rafinha, lots of talk about him and his body language here and there, but yet again, chased the last course, kept the ball in, down the right, put it through to Gelhardt, who then put it through to Rodrigo, who put it in the middle, but no one was there because we don't have that attacking midfielder. And I do think that that's where Jesse Marsh, I said it earlier, that is where he needs to strengthen up. We need attacking midfielders that can run into the box and finish these things off, because yeah, Gelhardt was involved in the build-up, but you should have midfield runners. You have to. But there just isn't enough movement going forward in that area. Penalty shout on 88 minutes, not for me. Give me your thoughts. I thought it was a good tackle in the end from the Southampton defender, not a penalty for me. And then there was some kind of confusion. Now, I don't know if anyone's listening to Jesse Marsh right now, and maybe let me know. But Elland came off after he looked like he may have been a little bit injured. And Pascal Strout came on. And Jesse was turned around like, what the hell's going on? Like, why are you coming on? He didn't know. I don't know what was going on. Someone talk to me, because I didn't know what was happening. It didn't look like Jesse knew what was happening. And he seemed to carry that frustration over because He then gets booked in the 90 plus minutes. It's incredible. Yeah, Darren, now no penalty. Shout out to you. Let me know in the comments if you're watching the playback, of course. Tasha, we need a Lee Bowyer type of player. Oh my days, I would love one of those, but they just don't grow on trees. And we need to scout properly and get them. So those are my notes for the games today because I don't think there was all that much to talk about in terms like that. I just don't think there was. Um, let me just see. Slow and steady, Steve. If it's a Leeds player, definite penalty, cage. You need go to other people. They'll do that for you. I've got to call things as I see them. But I hear what you're saying. Slow and steady, Steve. Chad saying no one getting in the 6 yard box. Someone needs to be in there. Too many times the ball is put into the box and no one is in the space. Exactly. I mean, even Mateus Click, I give him his credit. He pulled one back in the first half that went just behind Harrison. But yet again, there should be someone still there running through. But we just don't have it. We have to go with what we've got now. So there's no point talking about it. But yeah, it's unfortunate we don't have the personnel. Bob's 89. Brennan Johnson would be good. Scored again today. Brennan Johnson would be superb. Would be superb, man. And I hope that's somebody that we're looking at come the summer. John Abbott, absolutely agree, KJ. Why start James as a striker? It should be Gilhart. Cock should have started and definitely not clicking for sure. We're absolutely PP at goal. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Poor at goal and 3 shots on target. Yeah, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, is it? Let me just get the super chats. Thank you for the support, guys, as always. Lee Waters, our position 3 games ago was worrying. No points coming in. Unbeaten in 3, 7 points gained. I'll take this draw. All about those points now. Yeah, absolutely, Lee. I agree with you. Ray, Ray, you didn't send a message, but again, big support of the channel. So thank you, Ray. The doctor in the house, Melier, the deep voices, donkey. Well, please slap him. Well, I don't know about that, doctor. But yeah, but this is the problem. He doesn't have a backup to take him out, so we have to keep playing him. But yeah, I thought he did all right today. I just don't know. I thought he could have possibly done a little bit on the free kick, but hey, he did make a good save earlier. Mr. P, good afternoon, KG. 2 points dropped, in my opinion. Coming from a Millier kick out. Granted, he didn't have an out, but our players not providing this. Rosie. Yeah, sometimes when in doubt, just put it in the crowd. I agree. Sometimes when in doubt, just stick it in the crowd and move on. I mean, there's a few of you that have asked, where is Bate? Listen, the Bate thing for me is done. I just don't think he's going to get a look in this team this season. Whether that changes next season, I don't know. But I just hope that we're not even having to ask about where Lewis Bate is come next season. They have to address it. Much like Jesse Marsh is addressing the 2 strikers in the summer, we need to address the midfield. It has to improve. Because when you look at the starting lineup, and I can't speak for everyone, but when I look at that, I'm just so uninspired. I just don't see what we're doing with that double pivot of Forshaw and Click. I don't know what they're up to. So yeah, Sam, I thought Kalvin played so good. I thought he was good for his first game back since his injury. I thought he showed some good touches, and hopefully we've got him for the rest of the season. Annette is saying Jesse said Bate is injured. Fair enough. People. So yeah, people, come on now. Yeah, give me your thoughts on the game today. Give me your thoughts on anything that's on your mind, Leeds United wise. In regards, because some people have asked about the Rafinha thing, and oh my days, the Rafinha thing has been ridiculous over the international break. I mean, even Jesse Marsh addressed it this week as well in his press conference, saying that he's seen the comments in regards to Barcelona and everything else like that. But just some of the reactions from the fans as well, talking about this is disruptive as we're in a relegation battle, and is he being tapped up? I don't understand where people have been over the past 20 years, but this isn't Football Manager, people. This isn't where you've got your player, and until you accept an offer, people can't talk to each other. It's not really appropriate. But this has been going on forever. How many times have you heard over the years a player's agreed terms with a club? Now it's between the clubs to decide a fee. How many times? It's happened all the time, hasn't it? It's it's weird that people think tapping up is still a thing. I haven't heard of the term tapping up since the Ashley Cole debacle with Arsenal and Chelsea. That's how long ago tapping up has been a thing for me. But it just seems that, I mean, if you want to really go there, Leeds could have been accused of tapping up, because we even did it again in the press conference this week with Jesse Marsh talking about Brendan Aronson. We did it in January, and we've done it again this week talking about wanting to sign Brendan Aronson. He's not under our contract, so we shouldn't really be talking like that. It's just a weird thing that I just think, I don't know whether fans need to grow up, or that fans are just naive and not aware that these things happen all the time. Like, even if it's not a manager directly talking to that player, it will be a teammate. It could be someone at Barcelona talking to Raf, or someone from PSG talking to Raf. It happens all the time. And it will happen as players come to our place. You know, like in the words of Frank Lampard, we do tapping up too. You know, everyone does it. It's not as plain sailing now as two clubs agree a fee. Now you can talk. Sometimes the contracts are worked out well before that. They're not signed. They just discuss terms and then go from there. But it's been a non-story for me in terms of Rafinha and Barcelona. Yeah, I mean, Tom, listen, yeah, it's a load of rubbish until it's done, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Jones say, okay, it happens all the time, doesn't make it right. It doesn't, Mr. Jones, but it happens to literally everyone. We're literally seeing it happen now with some Manchester United players that are being linked with moves out of Man United. So it's not just a small club thing. It happens all across the board. Until they start to really tighten the rules on this stuff again, then it's just what happens in modern football. And we'll do it to somebody else. You know, we'll do it to a club that's below us in the league or in the league tables, and say, we're going to sign this player, even though that the club have never even agreed a fee with us. It's going to happen. Darren saying a lot of reports are rubbish, though. Yeah, yeah. Blinky Fish, we tapped up Jesse behind Marcelo's back. I mean, Jesse Marsh was a free agent, but yet again, Marcelo was in his seat. He was in his seat as a Leeds United head coach, and yet we discussed terms. It happens all the time. The beautiful game is very ugly, and it's going to only get uglier as more money comes into the game. You just need to. Some fans just need to drop the naive act for me and stop acting like, oh well, no one can talk to Rafa as we're in a relegation battle. It's not right. It's not right. Just grow up a little. That's just my thing. Sir Wilhelm, okay. We are starting to grind out results, though. Let's think positive. Yeah, we didn't lose. That's the thing, and that could have happened as we let a goal go in 1-1. It could have turned that way again, where we just crumble. But yet again, for the third game in a row, they've shown resilience, and we have to give them praise. Um, Tom Gatlin, just in regards to the tapping up stuff, guaranteed behind closed doors, we will be tapping up now for the summer. Yeah, I mean, we could already have something agreed with Brendan Aronson or any other player that you want to say, but it doesn't. It's not entirely illegal, and it hasn't been for a long time. People, I'm sorry to say, but it's not a football game. It's not Football Manager. It just isn't. Russ with a super chat. Thank you, Russ. Nice to have you back, KG. Just back from the match. I like to see that Jaffe incident again. A point is a point and could mean the difference in staying up or going down, marching on together. Yeah, Russ, I mean, you probably didn't hear it earlier, but I just thought it wasn't a penalty, in my opinion. Maybe I'll think differently if I see it again later, but I thought it was a good tackle in the end. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Shout out to you though for the super chat. Craig is saying weird in this day and age with social media that people think that players and clubs don't talk to each other. Exactly. You think that a friend of, say, Aubameyang isn't asking Aubameyang, who might be linked with Arsenal, and saying, hey, what's it like at Arsenal? Aubameyang's going to tell them all about it. Happens all the time, people. Chris. Chris, easy. D. I mean, I'll give you this one. Or won't have anything planned. We might just start looking in late August. Listen, D. You know what? The thing is, there's comedy there, but there might be a bit of truth there. But I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. But listen, I've had it wrong with these guys the last two windows, so I don't know. TB. We need to keep Cody. Money not spent on a right back can be used elsewhere on the pitch. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there is that. I mean, ideally, we would keep him, and if we could have a say in the Jed Spence sweepstakes, I would love to look at him as another right back option, just to really give us two modern day fullbacks, man. You know, not being horrible, but I do think that we need an upgrade there. But I wouldn't be overly fussed if we do just get one and keep Luke Ayling as the backup next season. I wouldn't be opposed to that 100%. Um, Seastone like 37. We need drama and two more fullbacks. Yeah, we do need. There's a lot we need, and we'll get into that. We'll get into that come the end of the season. Let me just have a look. Just looking at something here. So just looking at the league table. See Norwich drew at Brighton. I'm not really fussed about Norwich. Burnley lost against Man City. Standard. So yeah, it's just Everton to go. They're 5 points behind with 4 games in hand, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. I'm just not. I just don't think Everton have got it in them to go on a run. Just don't. So yeah, again, it would have been nicer to see a couple more points on that, but look, we'll take that. We're still 16, 30 points, 7 points clear. Yeah, I think we're okay. Gordon White, Jesse has said that he's been talking to Orta about signings. I hope he has. I hope he has. And it when you read between the lines, I think Jesse was really. I think he can't wait to get in a few players. I do. I think he's looking forward to really changing the makeup of this team, and it's needed. It's definitely needed. It's going to be interesting to see what he's about with his recruitment. Probably we're going to hear none of the names. Some of them, who knows? But it's going to be interesting to see what he gets in, because I do think that Jesse Marsh concentrates more on the quality of the player rather than their endurance and running about and stuff. So it will be nice. Will be nice to see what happens. It's going to be huge summer. I'm going to be locked in. Usually I'm not bothered about rumors and stuff, but I'm locked in this summer. So there'll definitely be some content this summer in regards to transfers. Uh, Tom saying lose against Watford and the point today will seem bad. Draw and win against Watford and the point today is okay. I don't know, Tom. I still think today's a good point. It's disappointing that we didn't get the three, but it's just important for us not to lose at this stage. And that's all we can ask for with this team. Cloud so don't blame him for looking for more quality. Me either. Me either. Joe Shaw, are we safe then, KG? And Tom saying, KG, we got to stay up first. I do think we're safe. I do. And listen, I'm all willing to get clipped up. That's what we do when you do these things. You have to put your opinion on the out there. And I do think we'll be safe. So I've said it here. So yeah, I mean, people, is there anything else? I mean, there's not really much else for me to say about the game today. We move on to the Watford game next week. There's not really much else for me to say. Russ here with the upbeat one. Don't look at 2 point shop today, folks. Look at 7 from the last 9, priceless. I'm willing to go with that, Russ. In our position, I'm very much willing to go with that. So yeah, listen, people. I think I'm going to end it there. Oh, another thing. How can they remake The Crow? Just on a whole different topic, please. If you've ever seen The Crow before, the Brandon Lee one, of course, they're going to be remaking it with one of those Skarsgård brothers who played it, Pennywise the Clown. Oh, I mean, some things just don't need to be touched. And that Crow movie, the soundtrack, everything to it was Perfect. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. But my curiosity will get the better of me. I will see it. Joe Shaw saying remake the Crow. Why? I know. I know. Yeah, Vic. It's Bill Skarsgård. Yeah. I just don't know. It's a lot like when they tried to reboot Nightmare on Elm Street without Robert England. Yeah. No. No. There's just certain things you can't retouch for me. You just can't retouch. And yeah, Cloud Dizzle, rest in peace, Brandon Lee. The man literally gave his life for the movie, like literally. And they're trying to remake it. I'm gonna see it because my curiosity will get the better of me, but I'm not hopeful of it. But I just wanted to get that in because it was on my mind when I saw it yesterday. I was like, surely this isn't an April Fool's thing, is it? And the article said this is not April Fool's. So but anyway, listen, people. We end the day with a point. Give me your comments in the video if you're watching the replay. Please do that for me. Please slap a like Will Smith on the video. Do that for me as well. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. On the road to 5K on the channel. Be nice to hit that milestone very soon. So yeah, until the next time, people, peace out.